Shit, I don't know, man. The crypto market did not do much lately, but then again, it did. What's happening right now? Well, Bitcoin and altcoins are giving us a little sign right here, and it shows exactly who's the winner. And in this video, you probably, if you know the channel, you know what I'm gonna say. So, like the video if you do not like me, and if you do like the content, like the video. Let's get right into it. So, the Bitcoin dominance had a little pump the last 4 days. So, you know, that means that money is flowing into Bitcoin again. Now, is Bitcoin really moving up that hard? Well, yesterday we had a good bounce, but that was after we, went down pretty fast to 28.5. We went all the way up again to $30,000, and we are now perfectly in the middle again. So nothing really hasn't changed when it comes to that. But what happened in the meantime is that the Bitcoin dominance is now again sitting a little bit higher. And if we look at the total tree, so the altcoin market, you see that it's sitting lower. Now, these are 1% moves, right? Bitcoin is up 1%. The altcoin market is down 1%. So it's not that I'm here like, whoa, guys, thumbnail alert, fucking bullshit clickbait. But on the other hand, these small moves do compound. Okay, and I want to talk a little bit about that because, death by a thousand cuts is like really happening in crypto lately, and it's not so good. Now, if you look at the altcoin market on the daily, usually I only check out the weekly, as I'm not that much about shorter time frames. But if you check it out on the daily, you do see that it was like, whoa, woohoo, right? You see this trend line right here, and we dipped pretty much below it. And now this day we hold support right here. But the bull market support band comes in here as well. And the bull market support band hasn't been too kind to altcoins in the last, let's say, 2 years almost. So I am super curious to see how the coming week is going to play out. The coming week could be kind of make or break for altcoins. Why do I say that? Well, if altcoins finally move above the bull market support band, then it's a very good sign. However, if we break down below here, this is basically the only support that altcoins have at the moment, right? We do not have a lot of support down here because this is the low of the cycle. And it's for this trend line that was saving the altcoin market from this fall right now. But yeah, we can't go on like that forever, of course, right? So we're barely hanging there right now. And I'm curious to see where it goes. But like I said, bull market support bands, man, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, if you look at this, right, overall, you can have, of course, fake outs above it that last like multiple weeks. At the end of the day, if you do not have a clear and sustained and secure breakout, you fall below it again. And then you'll see how fast it can go down, right? It can go very hard. And that's what we've seen right here as well. Right, like we weren't above that for that long, but once we got below it again, you just see how hard it crashes. And again, we get a rejection, fall down pretty hard, get a rejection, fall down pretty hard. Yeah, it looks to me like we are in the middle of such a rejection right now. So yeah, I don't know, man. The altcoin market just looks very weak. If we look at Bitcoin on the bull market support band, which is quite funny, you'll see that the bounce was, well, again, like a prime example of what a bull market support band is supposed to do. Look how beautifully it bounces off here. Like perfect, as is like, wow, just wow, right? It's beautiful. Now, Bitcoin is doing something completely different, of course, right? One, Bitcoin broke out of this long downwards trend in January. Right? In January, remember that, January this year. Now, if we draw the same line for the altcoin market, you'll see that altcoins, they did finally break out, but they got rejected, and they now finally broke out in July. So 7 months later. Like what? Where are you? What, are you lost? Hey, little altcoin, your mother is there. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Go home. Also, not only that, if we look again at the bull market support band, Bitcoin broke it. right? Bounced perfectly. Again, bounced perfectly. And what did we do now? Bitcoin went down, and where did it end up? Exactly on the bull market support band. So Bitcoin is actually finding support there. Yeah, and again, if you look at the altcoin market is still getting rejected from every point of the bull market support band. As Bitcoin did right here as well. But the altcoin market still, although they tried right here, rejected, and now again a rejection. So it shows the current weakness of the altcoin market, and people just move their money. The big money is going from altcoins into Bitcoin. The big money, the smart money, right? Now, there's a lot of retail now that say, well, I'm just going to buy altcoins. Why? I don't know. Stupid. And if you bought altcoins, I'm not here to say that you are stupid. I don't make any friends that way. But if you think of it, there's nothing on the chart really that kind of shows that altcoins are a good buy right now. And yeah, I mean the Bitcoin dominance, as you can see right here, the uptrend is very clear, right? You go up, and of course there are red candles on the way up, but overall the trend is up. So if it's a Bitcoin season, right, where Bitcoin is sucking the liquidity out of the altcoin market, and you are the retail investor that says, here, take more liquidity to suck out of it. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Please be careful. I know the altcoin market is like exciting and fun, and you can make a lot of money with it, and you can, but in a certain period of the market, in another period of the market, it takes your money very brutally. And I think that can go on for a long while. Also, if you look at the Bitcoin dominance, also well above the bull market support band, right? It didn't even test it right here, and we are already bouncing. So the altcoin market is the only thing that struggles with the two most important moving averages that show the basically direction of the crypto market. And Bitcoin and the Bitcoin dominance is all above it. And still people say, yeah, I think it's a good time to buy altcoins. Yep. Now, be careful. Be careful. And I said it before, but it's really, if you think of it, right? If you look at, for example, where do we have XRP? If you look at XRP, right? Ripple won the case. Congratulations. It's XPR. XRP. Ripple won the case. That's great. Now, the thing is that even this pump of Ripple, which is currently sustaining quite well, right? It's already coming down a little bit. But even the big case that people were waiting for years, led to nothing, basically, to absolutely nothing, right? And then you have to wonder, like, okay, so that doesn't work for altcoins. Then what does, right? And now people are saying, yeah, Bitcoin ETF. A Bitcoin ETF is going to fuck up the altcoin market, though, right? Do you know how much money is going into Bitcoin then, right? How the Bitcoin dominance is going to skyrocket then. People are going to move way more altcoin money into Bitcoin, right? There is it's not time yet. And that's good because I still want to accumulate more altcoins. I mean, it's fine. But be a little careful with throwing your money in. Also, if you look, it's now October, where the fuck am I? It's now August 2023. If you look at August 2022, the altcoin market was sitting around here, right? So at give or take 400 billion. It's now already sitting at 300 and less than 350, right? So although you have bounces and it goes up and down a little bit, the overall trend is still down, right? On the altcoin market, it's still going down. If you look, for example, at Bitcoin, it's still August 2023, and if you look at August 2022, which was here, Bitcoin was sitting at 23, 24, depending on where in that week. And Bitcoin is quite well up. So in the last year, Bitcoin has just been outperforming and buying altcoins over the last year turned out not to be a good idea. And I've been saying this for quite a while, and I really want to make some content, guys, where I say it's time to buy altcoins, and these are the best altcoins. And I already made videos about my watch list and all of that to show you what I'm looking at, but I'm not buying it yet, right? I'm not buying it yet. If you look at the total tree on their Bitcoin pair, you know the trend. It's how can you be bullish on this? Come on, be fair. So if you do feel like, oh, I have so much FOMO for the crypto market, then why don't you buy Bitcoin? I do not see a reason really for that. Really, the trend is down. So yeah. Yeah, and I can cover this, but I think that a lot of people have already covered this for now. But Hex is, I've been like not so bullish on Hex for like ever. And it shows like now again this week a new low. It's not just a new low, right? They made a new low off of the old low, 45% lower. 45%. So if you invested $1,000 right here, you maybe had $2 left right here, and here it was $1, right? And now you have like maybe 70 cents. Congratulations, or 170. Like, but it's that's the thing with shitcoins in a bear market. Again, you do not know which one are going to survive, right? For projects like Hex, it's maybe a little predictable that they will get a lot of trouble. But there are also projects out there that you might feel like, yeah, well, you know, this one will survive and this is a good project and this has everything together and all of that. Yeah. And then it turns out not to. I mean, if you look at the 4-year cycle, right? And so 4 years ago, it was August 2019. Yeah, if you go to CoinMarketCap history to 2019 August, you still see a lot of altcoins in the top 100, let alone outside of the top 100, that you had never heard of, right? These are all gone. So the altcoins that we have right now, in 4 years, there will be a new, wave of people that look at our altcoins and be like, what the fuck is that for like... Be a little careful, and I think that will be diminishing in the way that we now have better altcoins, better use cases, more scams as well, but still a lot of altcoins will not survive, right? And yeah, this shows how the impact can be and how the rest of the market doesn't give a fuck. Like 1 week, XRP wins a big case, and the rest of the market doesn't really give a shit right now. And the other week, Hex, which is a pretty big project, right, gets another big ass beating because of that they got sued. Like, yeah, what do you expect? Sorry, but sorry, I feel bad for Hex holders now, and for Pulse Hex holders and all that. But for I also feel like, yeah, but come on, what do you expect? Well, but also the market doesn't give a shit, right? The altcoin market just feels like, yeah, we just go down, and here a little bit up to give you some hope, and down again. So the thing is that I want to accomplish with these videos is not shitting on altcoins or tell you like, hey, I said this and now it happens, I was so right. But more like I've said, like, be a little careful with altcoins for months. And it did turn out that altcoins weren't, the best thing to buy at least not this year, but for basically a year already. But now, if I look at the charts, I still see the same thing. And it's not that I, again, try to time the bottom, right? I'm not trying to, get this right here. But I also am not like, if here it goes down like 47%, right? And from where we are right now, I expect it to go down a similar way, like between 40 and 50% or so, right? And I will dollar cost, but I'm not gonna dollar cost halfway the way down already. Like that's quite stupid. So yeah. Therefore, Be a little careful. And if you do feel the urge, and that I think therefore I'm making these videos, because I know altcoins are very tempting, right? And a lot of people, they feel like, fuck, I just want to buy right now. It's so cheap, right? Are you sure it's cheap? I don't know. I've been wrecked in the last bear market pretty hard by thinking that altcoins were cheap just because they were down 90% or so, right? And Hex was more like 50 cents at the top. But if you think something is cheap just because it's down 90 cents, for example, yeah, then you would buy it here, right? 4 cents. It's so cheap. It's so freaking cheap. Oh, Richard Hart in this case told me it can go to $1 million. Okay. And then what happens from that point, it goes down another 90%. Right? Like anything could happen to any project, which seems most unrealistic ever. Right? That's exactly what crypto is meant to do. To shake you out of that shit. Right? To take your money and your hope and your dreams and your belief and your will to live and everything. And only then when you feel like, yeah, fuck it. Then you get the opportunity and you don't want it anymore. That's where you want to be in crypto. And that's what I will be. And it sounds hard and it sounds like, I don't know, man. I get so much hate for these videos sometimes. And I feel like, why? Why? Is it like, it is so in your face right here on the charts, and in every cycle in history it shows it, and every time it happens as well. But with every small bounce, like this one right here, where like people feel like, fuck you, FOMO, you're just a fucking bear. Like, be bearish in a bear market, be bullish in a bull market, and be cautious and patient in a sideways market. Man, that's the only way to make it with crypto. The only way. Not being bullish in a bear market, right? Bullshit. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. You would be buying every single dip. You would throw all your money away. And then where has it taken you so far? If you were just having patience, right? You can now, if you want, take all your money that you had and put it in at the low anyway, right? And even, you know, if the altcoin market, in this case, it's Bitcoin pair, does something like this, right? Like this, and it doesn't go down here, right? You can still buy the breakouts, right? You can dollar cost this whole way up instead of dollar costing this whole way down. Same entry, even lower, right? But way less risk than here. So, turn off the FOMO, turn off your emotions. And if that's too hard, then you maybe should play with a little less money. All right? Because the crypto market, man, bro, I can tell you, it will offer you chances to do 100x, definitely. But not if you already buy here, right? Again, like with, in the last cycle, right? If you look at Cardano, for example, right? In the last cycle, I don't know, man, trading view is fucking it up again. But in the last cycle, Cardano went down 80%, plus another 80, and from there another 84. Right? That's a lot. That's a lot. Went from $3 to 1.5 cents. Right? Yeah, there were people at 30 cents or so that thought like, well, this is it. Oh yeah, I mean, and then it went back to $3. So if you bought that exact 30 cents and sold the exact $3, here we go, then you would have pulled off a 10x, which you won't, right? The market does offer it to you, but you won't sell the top and buy the bottom. So you maybe pulled off a 6, 7x. Well, in reality, it gave you 170x if you were patient, right? And then you can miss a whole part of the bottom while it's going on its way up again. And then you still could have made 100x, right? Went from here all the way here. 180x. Even, bro, even if you missed this bottom and you felt like, okay, let's wait for the confirmation from, I don't know, Even here. Oh, now there's a higher high, right? Now it's finally safe to buy. You were still made a 40x. You missed out on this complete run. You would have still made a 40x. It's so much better than buying it here, here, because your average will be so high. You will first have to ride half the bull market and then you will make profits. Plus here, you do not know if the project is going to survive or not, right? And that's a good example about hacks at the moment, right? A lot of people are now probably buying the dip, right? Because hacks, chapeau, it has a very strong community. But it's also, yeah, I don't want to offend people, but let me put it like this. A lot of people are probably now buying the dip, right? But so far, there's only been dips. People were buying this dip as well. Who says that hacks can't go another 10 times as low? Yeah, I mean, when we were here, and I would have called this to happen, people would have called me crazy. Well, yeah, that's 20 times as low. It also happened. Why can't it happen again? Right? I mean, yeah, I don't see no reason why. Therefore, buying the dip on any project is just very dangerous. Because one, you do not know how far it will go down. And two, you have no idea if the project is going to survive in the first place. Right? Let it play out. In this case as well, let it play out. See where it goes. And if it does survive and it does something, well, it doesn't do a flip-flop, I guess. But if it does something like this, right? I don't know. You can always buy here. You can always buy here. Look at your entries. It's way better than everything here. Oh, man. Fucking altcoins. All right, guys. Sorry, I'm still a bit sick. But I hope it was like, I hope you find this video a little useful. By most people are, if I make a video, I made these videos like, these are the altcoins that 3,000 views, right? If I post a video on how to do your research, 500. Like, people, they want the easy route. They don't want to take the effort to look at how it works, right? And that's not how you're going to make it in crypto. You got to work, man. Crypto is not a casino with high winning chances. Sometimes I feel like people look at the crypto market like that. Like, I can just throw $100 in here, and if it does 1,000x, bro, no, it won't. Come on, won't happen. You can throw 1,000 times $100 in, and maybe then you have one that does 1,000x, but probably not even, right? And before that happens, you're broke already. So you want to get smarter. If you want to get richer, get smarter. It's with everything. It's also with crypto. Don't be lazy, man. I just want to build a smart community right here. And therefore, since it's still a bear market, take it, learn, because we will have a bull market. We will make a lot of money. But after that, there will come a bear market again. And if you won't be smart by then, you will lose all your hard-earned money from the bull market anyway. So yeah, that's it. Take care.